The Philippines is once again facing the fury of nature. Just weeks after Typhoon Kalmegi left parts of the country reeling, a new and far stronger storm has arrived. Typhoon Uwan, internationally known as Feng Wang. As of November 9th, this massive system has intensified into a super typhoon, threatening millions across Luzon with destructive winds, torrential rain, and life-threatening storm surges. Let's break down what's happening, where it's headed, and what officials are urging people to do. According to the Philippine Weather Bureau, PAGASA, Typhoon Uwan has rapidly strengthened as it moved closer to the country's eastern coast. At 7 a.m. on November 9th, the storm was located about 125 kilometers east-northeast of Virac, Catanduanes, packing sustained winds of around 185 kilometers per hour and gusts reaching 230 kilometers per hour. Moving west-northwest at roughly 25 to 30 kilometers per hour, Uwan is expected to make landfall over the central portion of Aurora province late Sunday night or early Monday morning. Meteorologists describe it as a very large and powerful system. Its winds stretch nearly 900 kilometers from the center, meaning even areas far from the eye could experience dangerous weather. The regions facing the greatest threat include northern and central Luzon, particularly the provinces of Aurora, Isabela, Cagayan, and Quezon, along with the Bicol region and nearby coastal communities. Authorities have already issued storm signal warnings across these areas, warning residents of possible flash floods, landslides, and widespread power interruptions. The coastal provinces have been placed under storm surge alerts, with waves expected to rise over 3 meters high in some locations, enough to submerge low-lying villages. Segment 3, Evacuations and Preparations. More than 1 million people have been ordered to evacuate from high-risk areas ahead of landfall. Local government units, supported by the Philippine National Police and armed forces, have been moving residents to temporary shelters such as schools and community centers. In Catanduanes and Camarines Norte, rescue teams are on standby, while power companies have preemptively shut down certain grids to avoid accidents during the storm. Flights and ferry operations have been suspended across affected regions, leaving ports and airports nearly empty. Officials stress that these preventive measures are crucial. The country is still recovering from Typhoon Kalmegi, which hit just weeks ago, damaging infrastructure and leaving some communities without full power restoration. Meteorologists warn that Uwan could bring destructive winds, equivalent to a Category 4 hurricane on the international scale. That means roofs torn off, trees uprooted, and concrete structures possibly damaged in its core path. But the wind isn't the only concern. The storm's enormous size makes flooding and landslides an even greater threat. Forecast models predict up to 400 millimeters of rainfall, or more, in parts of northern and central Luzon over the next 48 hours. Rivers could overflow, and saturated slopes may collapse, particularly in mountainous regions like Ifugao and Benguet. In coastal areas such as Casiguran, Baler, and Polillo Island, authorities are bracing for storm surges that could inundate entire neighborhoods. Fishermen have been told to stay ashore, and residents near the shore are urged to move to higher ground. Human stories and resilience. In evacuation centers, families are once again packing what little they can carry: documents, clothes, and food. Some residents, still rebuilding from the last storm, say this feels like deja vu. A mother in Isabela told local reporters, We just repaired our roof after the last typhoon. Now we have to leave again. Despite the fear, many Filipinos are showing resilience and solidarity. Volunteers are delivering food packs, community kitchens are being set up, and local radio stations are working non-stop to broadcast updates for remote areas where internet signals are weak. Government and Weather Agency response. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, NDRRMC, has raised the alert level nationwide. Rescue boats, heavy equipment, and emergency medical teams are pre-positioned in Luzon's vulnerable provinces. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has urged the public to take evacuation orders seriously, saying in a televised briefing, "Lives are irreplaceable. Property can be rebuilt. Please prioritize safety." The government has also coordinated with international partners for possible humanitarian assistance if the situation worsens. Meanwhile, Pagasa continues to monitor the storm's track. After crossing northern Luzon, Uwan is forecast to weaken slightly as it interacts with land, then curve northeast toward the Taiwan Strait by November 11th or 12th. However, even as it weakens, it will still dump heavy rain and pose ongoing flood threats. What people should do. Authorities are reminding everyone in the affected regions to stay indoors, keep emergency kits ready, and listen to official advisories rather than social media rumors. If you live in a low-lying or coastal area, move to designated shelters immediately. Avoid riverbanks, bridges, and mountain slopes during heavy rainfall. Prepare essential supplies: drinking water, batteries, first aid, and enough food for at least 3 days. Simple actions can save lives: charging phones, securing loose objects, and checking on elderly or disabled neighbors. As Typhoon Uwan approaches, the Philippines once again stands on the front line of nature's power. Each storm serves as a reminder, not only of our vulnerability, but also of the courage and unity that define the Filipino spirit.
Dito sa sobrang nakakalungkot.
If you're watching this from a safe place, take a moment to share verified information and support organizations helping with relief operations. And if you're in the storm's path, please don't take chances. Follow the warnings, stay safe, and remember, preparedness is our strongest defense against disaster. This is the latest update on Typhoon Uwan, or Fengwang. We'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you verified reports as they come in. Stay informed, stay calm, and stay safe.
Pag-ilawan,